Today we profile Mort Harris, an American hero, world-class entrepreneur, and a philanthropist. One of the greatest of the greatest generation. He was born in 1920, grew up in Detroit, and studied engineering at Wayne State University. Answering his country's call, he enlisted in the Army Air Corps in 1941 at age 22 and became a bombardier. During his time fighting Nazi oppression in World War II, Harris earned the nickname the Berlin Kid in recognition of his 33 successful missions flying a B-17 Flying Fortress behind enemy lines, with many resulting in the strategic bombing of the German capital of Berlin. Mort noted, "There were many times my crew and I were frightened to death, but knew that we had to complete our mission and return to base if at all possible. The most difficult times were when one of our fellow B-17s was shot down and we watched the plane become engulfed in flames as 10 valiant airmen plunged to their deaths. It's still something that haunted him to the day he died and caused him to question his faith." Operation Cadillac, in which Harris twice led squadrons of 12 B-17s to deliver cannons to the town of Fort-Manlius, where the French Marquis, courageous freedom fighters, and farmers used the cargo to liberate the first major city in France. The cannons were dropped out of the planes with green and white parachutes and helped turn the tide of World War II. Paris was liberated soon after this mission. In addition, Harris and his crew were part of the magnificent sky of flying fortresses that assisted American and Allied ground troops during the Battle of the Bulge and went on to take part in the attack across the Rhine in March of 1945. Harris twice had his plane shot down and was rescued at sea in the English Channel. He was the lead pilot on many of his bombing missions, and he's the only airman to successfully complete 8 bombing missions over Berlin in World War II. Let me say that again. He's the only airman to successfully complete 8 bombing missions over Berlin in World War II. Therefore, the nickname, the Berlin Kid. After each mission, he said, "Jack, as a way of saying thanks, the Army gave he and his crew a candy bar and a shot of whiskey." He received 3 U.S. Distinguished Flying Crosses, 6 Air Medals, 1 Presidential Citation, the Polish Medal of Honor, and the French Legion of Honor Medal, all recognizing rare heroism by a young man who at the time was barely above the age of 21. He was a member of the Lucky Bastard Club, a group of World War II bomber crew members originally from the 8th Air Force who completed a full tour of duty, 25 missions at the onset of the war. The Lucky Bastards Club. Mort cherished this award more than any other in his lifetime. From 1962 to 1980, he was the president and CEO of the Mercier Group, a producer of high-purity raw materials for the steel and foundry industries. His first wife, Edith, died at age 39, leaving him a young widower raising 3 young sons. He later met Brigitte and married her along with her 3 children. From 1973 to 1980, he was the president and CEO of Erie Coke and Chemical Company. In 1987, at age 67, he flew a personal light engine aircraft across the North Atlantic, breaking a then world record. In 1990, right after the fall of the Berlin Wall, Mort and Bill Berman co-founded Euroad, an over-the-road trucking company that provided logistics between Poland and Western Europe. When it was sold, it was one of the largest trucking companies in Europe. He, along with Jim McClernand and Ray Park, purchased the final drive and forge business unit from General Motors and co-founded the auto supply giant American Axle and Manufacturing Incorporated in 1994. This investor group would hire Richard Dick Dowk as CEO and partner, and together they grew AAM into an extremely successful, multifaceted company. AAM today is a leader in manufacturing of automotive, driveline, and drivetrain components and systems. In 2017, he was awarded the Legion of Honor Medal by the French president for his heroic efforts 73 years before in helping save France during World War II in Operation Cadillac. This medal was created by Napoleon in 1802 and is the highest national decoration of the French Republic. He donated $20 million to the Henry Ford Health System in honor of his late wife, Brigida, to facilitate cancer care and research. It's the largest individual gift in Henry Ford history, and the Cancer Center opened in January of 21 and is known as the Brigida Harris Cancer Pavilion. In 2017, he gave $10 million toward a program that offers high school students full scholarships to Wayne State University in its School of Medicine. These students never have to repay the loan. All he asks is that when they become doctors, they serve a couple years in Detroit. The last love of his life was Sandy Morrison, whom he called his lady, and she was fabulous to him. Mort died in 2021 at age 101. When he was 100 years old, he put a new roof on his house. He said, "Jack, how many guys you know are 100 and spend $30,000 to put a new roof on their house?" Some of his quotes: "Be brave. Even if you're not, pretend to be. No one can tell the difference. Live beneath your means. In business and family relationships, remember that the most important thing is trust. Cherish your life's mate carefully. From this one decision will come 90% of all your happiness or misery. Smile a lot. It costs nothing and is beyond price. Never give up on anybody. Miracles happen every day. Learn to listen. Opportunity sometimes knocks very softly. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than one with all the facts. Wear out, don't rust out. Remember that overnight success usually takes about 15 years. Make it a habit to do nice things for people who will never find out. Understand that happiness is not based on possessions, power, or prestige, but on relationships with people you love and respect. In 2018, he wrote me his philosophy of life. Very short. My philosophy of life is best summed up by the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. God bless Mort Harris, Knight of the French Legion of Honor Medal recipient and a Churchill Fellow. Great credit for this narrative goes to Dr. Timothy Nash of Northwood University. That's the story of one of the greatest of our greatest generation, Mort Harris. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy these messages of inspiration and hope, please like, accept, subscribe, and share them with friends and family. Until we meet again, please remember, with God, anything is possible. Spoke.